What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of the virtual queue system going away. So if you guys have not seen, the virtual queue system is now gone on Guardians of the Galaxy and Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Walt Disney World. I am sure you're seeing a lot of conflicting opinions online talking about this, so we're just going to kind of go through it, say the good, the bad, and then come out with a final decision at the end on honestly what I think we stand to gain from this and what we're going to lose. So, first off, I think what one of the best things is that we aren't going to have to deal with as much of being on our phones anymore. Really, that's the biggest problem with going to the parks now is you can't not do it without being on your phone the entire day. Now, I would say the next best thing that is definitely Magic Kingdom specific is going to be that the wait times for other rides are going to go down significantly. More people are just going to be waiting in the standby for, obviously, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We've seen kind of the wait times that Tron has gotten since it got rid of the virtual queue. So everything in that area around Tiana's should see a large decrease in wait time. Because really, if you think about it, everybody gets their virtual queue. They get, basically they're in line and they just have time to go do whatever else they want to go do in the park. But now those people are going to have to be in an actual line or pay for it like before, but they will have to be in an actual line, and that'll free up space throughout the rest of the park. And I think something that, kind of ties into what I said about the phones, but you don't have to wake up as early. You had to wake up, be ready at least 6:50, 6:55, be on the app, and honestly, you probably weren't going to get the virtual queue anyways. So now you can, just stroll into the park, and if you see the wait time low, you can hop in line. Or if that is a must-do thing that you or your family want to do, then you could just hop in line and wait. There's nothing saying you can't wait an hour, 2 hours. Not that I'd recommend it, but it's possible now. And tying into that, it also gets rid of the paywall. If you're not able to secure that virtual queue, you no longer just have to pay for it. You can do the time investment. Again, like I just said, I probably wouldn't recommend it, especially if it's a really long wait or if you've been on it before, you're not too excited. But again, if it's a must-do, now it is included like it always really should have. Now, honestly, for Epcot, I don't think the virtual queue going away is going to be as good of a thing as it was for Magic Kingdom. So let's hop on into that. So Guardians, first off, just does not have the space to hold enough people. And I personally think that this ride is going to see historically bad wait times. And the fact that most of the people, especially if it's as long as a wait as I think it'll be, they'll be standing outside in the Florida heat, and that is not going to bode well. You're going to have people passing out. You're going to have people getting sick because the indoor part, while beautiful, don't get me wrong, it is not meant to handle a large amount of people. And especially with the other attractions that this park has, which is not many, I just don't think this is going to go too well. And I don't know why they decided to do this without Test Track being open. With that part of the park, you have Test Track not open. You have Mission Space, which a lot of people already avoid because they don't want to get sick. And it's towards the front of the park, so people are going to go right towards this ride. And the main thing is, too, without enough rides at the park, Epcot isn't meant to be a ride, heavy park. This thing's going to see, especially at first, probably 2+ hour waits. And as much as I love the ride, there's so much more to do in Epcot than to just wait in line for 2 hours. There's so much you can explore. And honestly, this should have gone in the benefits, but everything else in Epcot's wait is going to go down. If they had long waits before, obviously, I mean, Spaceship Earth never has a long wait. Anything in the Land Pavilion or Nemo, Figment, they never have long wait. But this should actually make it achievable to go on Frozen and go on Remy's, but I still don't think it's good for the park just because it's not going to spread people out. And another thing, I mean, at least to my knowledge, the Guardians virtual queue was not really selling out at all. I mean, I know obviously if you waited till later, closer to 1 o'clock before the new batch of virtual queues came online, or closer to park close, but now, especially if the ride goes down, that whole part of the park is kind of empty, and that's going to create a much bigger problem because you're going to have people flocking to that area. It's not like when it's on the phone and it'll tell you that it's down and you won't be called. You'll have people flocking to that area. They'll be waiting, and I just don't think it'll be a good thing. So honestly, I would recommend when you are going to Epcot, either do this thing first thing during the day or try to get it right before you leave. If not, you're risking the ride breaking, then you got to wait in a long line, then you're wasting that opportunity that you could be riding other rides, trying food, and trying new drinks. Final verdict is I really don't know. I mean, there are so many questions that are going to be answered in a couple days here as of recording this video. I really don't have a concrete answer for you. Now, one thing I do know, especially leaning towards the Epcot side of this, when Test Track opens up, which will be later in the summer, again, I don't know why they didn't wait, but whatever. I think this eventually will be beneficial for Epcot. You'll have less people complaining because, they missed the virtual queue or they didn't know about it. But on the Magic Kingdom side, I think this is going to be a W from day one. It's going to let everybody ride it. It's not really going to affect the park as much as Guardians is. Like I said, Magic Kingdom has so many more things to do than just Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And honestly, a lot of people might even skip it until it's the summer and it's a hot day. But really, it shouldn't really change this park too much for the worse. It should just make it better. Only time will tell, though, really what the answers are. I mean, I could be 100% wrong, and you're going to go in the comments and, tell me I'm a liar and I made a mistake and I ruined your vacation, but I'm just some guy, so don't take my words for gospel. Once the date actually hits where all this stuff is happening, look for yourself, or I might report back and give you a little update, see if I was right, see if I was wrong, and go from there. I would be certain of Tron's wait is 100% going to go down. I mean, you can't have another ride open fully up and the wait still stay as high as it is. With that being said, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a like and a subscribe. Check out my other videos, and I will see everybody later. Faceless Disney out.